Ciao, everybody. How are you? Happy holidays to you and your families. I'm Chef Danny from Cooking in Chords. I'm a private entertainment chef, and I work with people that like to entertain and want to be a guest at their own party. How fun is that, to be a guest at your own party? And I bring the entertainment to boot because I play guitar and sing during dinner. I also teach home cooks how to prepare restaurant quality food at home. Food that they're excited about and they're proud to serve to their friends and families. I have an online cooking school that's starting in January. I'm super excited to be able to offer some trade secrets and the hidden rules that you need to know to be a great cook professionally or at home. But today I'm here to show you an incredible, delicious dessert that you can prepare for Christmas. And it's an Italian dessert, and it uses the infamous Panettone. Very plentiful this time of year. You can find them in all the grocery stores. Made in Italy. It's a sweet and very light egg cake, and it's got candied fruit in it, raisins, and this is what it looks like when you open the box. It's fantastic. I'm sure you're fully aware of what this is. This is fantastic. I love just eating this with a nice espresso. Or I can toast this in a toaster. I can make French toast out of this. But today we are going to actually make a panettone bread pudding. So what I did is I opened this up. I turned my oven on to 350 and I got myself a tray. And I cut the panettone into about inch squares like this. And I put them in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes just to dry them out a little bit so they absorb the eggs and the cream better. Okay? So I'm going to show you how we do this. You take your little bowl. I have about 5 eggs here. 5 eggs right in. About 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to start to beat this. All right? Start to beat this a little bit. Aerate this. I love these panettones. I think I can probably eat half of that in 5 minutes. They're so good. This is my 4th or 5th one that I bought already since Christmas time started. All right, I'm going to add a little vanilla. I would venture to say about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And you can kind of guesstimate this. Add some air there. Just a little bit of cinnamon. Again, you can guesstimate it. Beautiful. And now I'm going to start to add my half and half. This is half and half, okay? Which is half cream, half milk, half and half. And once that's done, here is a pre-greased casserole dish. I just greased this with butter. A nice layer of butter over the top, or around the sides and on the bottom. And I'm going to put my toasted panettone inside here. So that's about halfway full. But remember, we're going to be putting this liquid in here, so it's actually going to be more. You're going to pour this in all the way around, nice, just like this. Okay? And I'm cleaning as I'm going, so my kitchen's not a mess. I'm going to take a spoon. I'm going to push it in, get them all submerged. And now what you have to do is you have to let this sit for about 15, 20 minutes or so to absorb the liquid. The bread will absorb the liquid. All right? When you cook this, you need to cook this in a water bath. This is about 3/4 to an inch of water. We're going to put this in a water bath here. And that's going to assure that our panettone bread pudding doesn't burn on the bottom. The water will only get so hot. And then you're going to need a couple sheets of tin foil to accommodate the pan. So, right over the panettone and also over the pan with the water in it. You're going to put the tin foil over both. And the steam that's created inside the pan with the water is going to help cook the panettone without drying it out. Okay, so I'm going to wait to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes because it's got to absorb. But what I did was I made one beforehand to show you what it looks like when it's done. This is our panettone when it comes out. When I took this out of the oven, it was really high like this. Okay, I had to let it sit and I had to let it settle. Because if you try to take your panettone out and then serve it right away, it's going to fall apart. So it's very, very important you let it rest. So I'm going to leave this here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a nice maple cinnamon syrup. I have some local maple syrup here. I'm going to pour this maple syrup in. I had a preheated pan a little bit. Right. We're just going to heat this up a little bit. We're going to put a bunch of cinnamon in here. Again, you can guesstimate. It's starting to boil a little bit. And I'm going to add some butter. Okay. Now this doesn't have to be boiled and reduced because the maple syrup is already reduced enough. You don't want to get it too thick. What you want to do is you just want to incorporate all those flavors together. Stir it in. And that's really it. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take it off my stove. But this is what you're looking for. It's going to cool down and get a little thicker. But this is good for what we need it for because we're going to put it in our panettone bread pudding. We're going to put it on top when we serve it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how we serve this. I thought it was really nice to use these cute little punch cups because they're individual. All right, so we can kind of put this in like this. Put the panettone bread pudding in to here. This is something that people can walk around and eat with around the house at a holiday party. Everybody gets their own. And it kind of cuts down on how much you're going to eat as well because, you know, you can go crazy with this stuff because it's so light. I mean, I made one the other day. A day and a half, the thing was gone. We made it on a Wednesday. By mid-afternoon on Thursday, that thing was done. So now we're going to have to eat this one, and we're going to have to eat the other one that I'm making. All right, so we have some nice, very nice cups full. And I'm going to take my syrup. My pan is hot. You want to do this right at the end. And I'm just going to go in, get a little bit of syrup over the top. You don't need a whole lot. You just need a little bit to accompany the bread pudding with a little bit of flavor and a little bit of moisture in there. Beautiful. Nice and neat. And then we're going to add also a little whipped cream. Little whipped cream right in. If you wanted to, you can actually drizzle some of the syrup over the whipped cream, and it will kind of melt it a little bit, and it will become part of the sauce itself. Fresh whipped cream. All this is heavy cream whipped with vanilla extract and some confectionery sugar. You know what I want to do? I want to put a couple of raspberries on top to make it even look nicer. Kind of create a focal point there. And this is something that'll wow your friends and family. It's a real simple thing to make, but the presentation's really cute. It's not something you see all the time. Punch cups, right? The last time you saw a punch cup? I don't remember the last time I saw a punch cup. And this is really easy. If you felt like it, if you really wanted to, you can just do a little drizzle on top. Just a teeny bit, a couple drops. Like I said, if you did a lot, it would melt the cream. Wow, look at that, huh? There you go, folks. That is panettone bread pudding. There we go. Put a couple flowers here, make it look nice. Look at that, huh? Beautiful, something you can serve right away. Very easy to make. Folks, it was a pleasure showing you this dessert. I wish you all the best. Buona festa a tutti. e buon appetito, ciao.